Hello and welcome to this chosen lifeline for women. My name is Charmaine Jennings. I'm your chosen life practitioner, and I've been called to challenge and change the worth, willpower, and wisdom of women. This episode is dedicated to worth, and our worth episodes, the lifelines, are all in alignment with the inside out, the beauty and the essence and the worth and the power of who you are inside out. And we love comparing that to flowers. Every day you might ride around or you might go around town and you might see flowers. And if you live in an area where you don't see a lot of greenery, you don't see a lot of flowers and plants and trees and things like that, definitely want to provide that visual for you in this lifeline. But this lifeline is dedicated to worth. And in this episode, we are comparing you as a beauty, as a wonder, as a jewel, as a gem, as a rare entity in our society, in your home, in your community. We want to compare you today to the lotus flower. If you've never seen this flower, I've provided it for you. But the lotus flower is known as a living fossil or a treasured wonder. I want you to wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, I am a treasured wonder. Treasure, right? Treasure is something rare. You don't cut on the news every day and find that someone finds treasure. I want you to think of yourself as a treasured wonder, meaning, just when people think they have you figured out, they don't. You continue to surprise them, right? No one can put you in a box because you definitely don't fit. And so the lotus flower is like that. I love it. The beauty of the lotus flower is its meaning, but also how it lives its life. And I hope that this encourages you to pattern your life after this flower. It is a flower that, I think it should have been nicknamed resilient, because that it is. It is nicknamed a living fossil for a reason. And so just so you know, the lotus flower, different spiritual leaders throughout our history, they have named the lotus flower with the following symbolic meaning. They have connected it with peace, prosperity, and longevity. And so, sometimes we don't see our elders and our older community as, that longevity as a positive thing. But you know what? There's peace, there's prosperity, and there's longevity in the lotus flower. And you represent that. You want to embody peace, prosperity, and longevity. And when I reach those areas where I'm not feeling a sense of peace, let me tell you, the one thing I have gained and that I have learned and that I continue to work towards in my personal work is peace. Anything that will disturb my peace, I start to ask myself why, because it is a choice. Why am I allowing this thing to disrupt my peace? And so, you know what? In all things, believe me, I'm going to persist in ensuring that I have my peace, right? And not allowing things to get in the way of that. And to me, when you have your peace, you're going to be a prosperous person, and you definitely are going to have longevity, because a life with getting rid of distress and only keeping that positive stress, that eustress we have, believe me, it gives you a long life of longevity, like the lotus flower. And so just so you know a little bit about the lotus flower, right? It is one of those things that, first of all, it's a gorgeous flower. I mean, it can come up, and when it blooms, it's a huge flower too. It can bloom in pink, hues of white, yellow, even purple or pinks and different, shades. And some of the shades are kind of combination shades where it's white on the outer petals, but it kind of comes in as pink. I've seen this version of flower in purple or like a blue color. I mean, it's gorgeous. And it's one of these flowers that you often see it looks like it's floating on water, like next to lily pads. So if you've ever been to a pond and you've seen a lily pad and there's this flower growing on top of it, that's pretty much the lotus flower. But I love the history of it. And let me tell you, back in the Yucatan River in Asia, one time it flooded. There was a catastrophic flood in 1954, and it pretty much wiped out Well, they thought it wiped out all of the lotus flowers because you didn't see it anymore. But once the waters kind of receded and it returned back to normal levels, man, the lotus flower picked back up as if nothing happened. It was like, okay, you thought you were going to take me out. You're not. The lotus flower picked back up. And I mean, it just started to bloom, 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 bloom. And it was just gorgeous. The restoration process was amazing. So this is a flower just like you. When people think that they have torn you down, when they think that they have, caused harm, you sprout right back up. And you show up, and you show up even more bold. You show up even more powerful. The strength that you embody and exude, I mean, your color is brighter. I mean, and so I just love that about this flower. It is durable. This flower it has deep roots in our history, because researchers estimate the first lotus flower grew between 145.5 million years ago. What? So it truly is a living fossil. It is a treasured wonder. There is no getting rid of this flower and thinking that, it won't make a comeback. Okay. This flower is not going anywhere. And it's letting you know, do not try to take me out, because I will not allow myself to be forced out. Okay. I am here to stay. And my beauty will be seen and recognized. And one thing I love about this flower too? Do you know it grows in like the dirtiest water ever? You will see this beauty. It's like, not only am I going to grow, and I'm going to show you how gorgeous I am, but it doesn't matter if the atmosphere around me. So if you're growing up, let's say you don't think, I didn't grow up in a good neighborhood, or I didn't grow up, my family wasn't the best, and I saw a lot of hardships. This flower is letting you know, okay, I grew up in the muck, but guess what? It didn't stop the beauty. It didn't stop my strength. It did not stop my resilience. So I will be who I am, and I will operate in the essence of my hue and my value, regardless of what's around me. And so I love that about this flower. And so the next time you see a lotus flower, I want you to think about that. How could something so beautiful grow up and bloom around, other beautiful things? But this water is not the purest. It's not the cleanest, right? I mean, it's dirty, it's mucky, it's all these different things. But this flower says, it doesn't matter where I come from. I'm here. You will see me. You will recognize me. And most importantly, if you try to take me out, I'm not going anywhere. And so I hope that encourages you and inspires you. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Share this with someone else. Encourage someone. And you know what? Call me and book me for a session. Visit chosenlifespecialist.com. We are here for you and look forward to helping you as a woman to do your work in the area of worth, willpower, and wisdom. Until next Lifeline.